Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. This knife right here is about to be given away to a friend of mine, right? And again, you know, I don't know much about it. I don't know actually nothing about it. And I haven't done any testing. I haven't carried this knife. I haven't done none of those things on this knife. This is just going to be kind of like showing you the knife before I give it away, right? And I do that here in the channel. I get stuff, I give it away all the time. If you have any information about this knife, definitely put it down in the comment section below and let me know if you like it, if you don't. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is not your everyday carry kind of knife. It's not. This thing is super big, and you know, it's not really that bulky. It's actually kind of skinny for such a blade knife. But again, you know, it's a pretty big knife. It's something that I could see maybe taking camping or something like that, or if you know, for a specific purpose. Really not for your everyday carry system, right? Like I said, it's pretty big, and in fact the blade is pretty big as well. And you got to be careful with that, because obviously in some states there is some regulations and things like that, so it may be illegal to carry in your state. But check out that blade. Really nice, kind of pointy. And overall, check out this knife. I mean, if I put my hand right next to it, you can see how big this thing is. Now, if you go to the Cold Steel website or, you know, YouTube channel, they actually have some pretty interesting videos on this knife, or a video on this knife where they do a pretty heavy test, and it seems like it worked out pretty good. So like I said, I haven't really done any testing. I really haven't done much about this knife. I'm just gonna give it away, and I figure I'd do a video here for you guys. But again, you know, about 35 bucks on Amazon, and that makes it a budget category kind of knife. Now, kind of like first impressions kind of thing, it's kind of slippery. Like if you grab it right here, it feels kind of slippery. With such a big knife, I always kind of like to have some tractions, because traction, it allows you to hold the knife really well, right? It doesn't really feel like a folding knife. I mean, you can see it here in my hand sticking out here on the front. It definitely does not feel like a folding knife. It feels like a pretty big folding knife. That's what it feels like, right? And again, it feels like you could work really well. This finger hold, whatever that's called, right there, allows you to like kind of come up here and kind of hold it really well, and it allows you to, you know, use it. I mean, it feels like you could use this knife to do a lot of fine job and things like that. I always like to see kind of jimping on the blade, on the top of the blade, which it doesn't have. And the reason why is because I like to grab it like this, and then I like to place my finger right there, and then you could do a lot of work, right? So again, it's really slippery. Then again, you know, this hole right here allows you to hold it really well. Now, this is the interesting thing. It has this thing back here, the way you close it. I believe it's called RAM safe lock or something like that. So essentially what you do is that you kind of push on this, and as you push on this, there we go, it release pressure or something happened here, some type of spring or something, and then you could close the blade, right? So I'm doing it kind of slow, because I'm sure there's a technique of properly doing that. I don't know what's the proper technique to do it, but obviously you got to be really safe. And again, you know, having a knife that you're not really used to, or really not common, it may require a little bit of training, right? So again, I close it right here. The other thing is that it feels like you got to have this piece of rope right here, because if you take this out, again, how are you going to push this back? So that's something to think about. And obviously, if you put it in your pocket, it's going to come up to here. So now you have this sticking out, and you also have a rope sticking out. Again, for everyday carry kind of thing, I wouldn't like that. But if you're using this knife to go camping or something like that, and you want to have a bigger knife because you're working around your camp area or something like that, then again, it may be good. But then again, you know, a lot of guys, when they go camping, they bring a fixed blade. They don't bring a folding blade, right? A fixed blade, it's always gonna be good, right? It feels like it's a two-hand operation kind of knife, right? You have to pull in here to close it. You kind of have to like open it up with two hands. You really can flip this, anything like that. It does feel like it's a two-hand operation kind of knife. I just went to close it like this, like a liner lock. And again, you know, you got to get used to it. It's a different system. So again, let me close this up and let's look at some of the specs right here. Again, I'm going to put a link down below for you guys if you want to buy it and support the channel and all that good stuff. I think the part number is going to be 95 FB. Weight, they saying is about 6.6 ounces. Thickness is going to be about 35 mil. Blade length is going to be about 4.5. And again, that's one of the things that I'm talking about, because obviously it may be illegal in some states. The handle is going to be about 5 3/4 and 420 serious stainless steel, and the steel material is going to be German 4116. Overall length is going to be about 10 1/4. I want to say you could switch the blade, the switch right here, another switch, the clip you could put it in this side again, because you have little holes right there, and obviously you're gonna have to carry this tip up. It looks like a cool knife, guys. If you're looking for something like this, really, I don't have any need for anything like this, you know. I really don't. But if you're into knife and you're looking for something like this for whatever purpose you may have, it looked like it may be a cool knife. Again, for about 35 bucks, I think, in Amazon, really you can't go wrong. You know, it's 35 bucks for a knife this big. Is really pretty inexpensive. Let me know what you think. If you have one of this, definitely put comments down below. I just wanted to do a quick overview here before I give it away. I really don't have any desire to test this knife. I got too many other videos that I want to do. Appreciate you guys watching, and as always, God is in control.